Hello and welcome to New Mexico Rising, and yes, to everybody celebrating today, happy Easter to you! Hopefully you're doing some egg decorating and painting, and guess what? I got a lot of people talking about eggs today on today's show. We're gonna be talking about eggs and how the First Lady has a commemorative egg. We'll talk about that. And also, if you're thinking about starting your own backyard farm, I also have an expert that might put some chickens in your backyard and knows where to go to get all of the supplies you need. Also, a little later, I'm a big fan of this movie director, Quentin Dupieux. He's a French director with a new movie called Smoking Causes Coughing. We talked to him about it, and I talked for a very long time, probably because I was fanboying. And coming up a little later, we have a second interview of that movie on A Wing and a Prayer, this time with producer Roma Downey, who's telling us why and how she pulled everything together, especially because that was a true story. All that and more right here on that show we like to call New Mexico Rising. Spring is finally here, and you know what that means. It's time to continue those family traditions that bring us oh so much joy, like decorating eggs or cooking up recipes. And let's be honest, eggs are essential to the holiday. Yep. Luckily, America's hardworking egg farmers are ensuring that you can have eggs at all of your family's celebration through their Fighting Hunger by the Dozens initiative. These farmers have generously donated over 5.5 million eggs to local food banks leading up to Easter. It's truly amazing to see their commitment to helping others in need. Today, we have a very special guest with us. Her name is Emily Metz, who is representing America's egg farmers and is here to share the legacy and history of the First Lady's commemorative egg and offer some great ideas on celebrating Easter with real eggs this season. Welcome to the show, Emily. How are you?
I am excellent. This is our season. It's egg season, and I'm really excited to be here talking with you today in advance of Easter.
All right, so what are some of the ways to celebrate with eggs this Easter?
Well, there are a million ways to celebrate with eggs. We've got some incredible new recipe ideas for your Easter brunch, for your Passover dinner, egg custard tarts, egg salad lobster rolls, which sound unbelievable. We've got new brunch casserole ideas. And of course, you cannot forget to have deviled eggs at your spread. We've got a whole bunch of new deviled egg recipes. And then on the decorating side, there's tons of ways to decorate your Easter eggs this year. Get those ready for your own backyard hunt or Easter egg roll. Of course, we're here in DC gearing up for the White House Easter egg roll, but lots of great ways you can celebrate at home this Easter and lots of tips and tricks on our Instagram at Incredible Egg.
So how are America's egg farmers ensuring that everybody can enjoy eggs this Easter?
They are very committed to feeding people. It's what they do. And so year in, year out, month in, month out, they give back to their local communities. They donate eggs to their food banks in their local area. But they really wanted to double down this year. And so already this year, since January, our farms coast to coast have donated more than 15 million eggs, which is astounding. But then in these 2 weeks leading up to Easter and Passover, they have done an additional 5.5 million eggs just in these 2 weeks to make sure that everyone can celebrate the season with eggs.
So can you tell us about the annual tradition behind the First Lady's commemorative egg?
I would love to. This egg is very special this year. This is our 46th year presenting an egg to the First Lady. And our farmers came together 46 years ago. They really wanted to pay tribute to the First Lady. The First Ladies do not get enough love. They do a lot for our country. They do a lot for our society. They have a lot of special causes and initiatives that they champion. And we wanted to pay tribute to them through an incredible egg that we commission with an egg artist every year. So this is our 46th year presenting the First Lady with her special commemorative egg. It is a real chicken egg. People always ask me that. It is a real egg that an egg artist this year, the artist is Carolyn Bickle from Nashville, Tennessee, and she specializes in what's called a jewel box egg, which is an egg that actually opens up on a hinge and has a special scene in the middle, like a little hidden jewel inside. And so the outside of this year's egg is a tribute to Dr. Jill Biden's passion for education. You have a young lady climbing a ladder of books to the stars and reaching for those stars. And then on the inside, you have another real chicken egg, a chicken egg laid by an adolescent hen called a pullet. And that is hand painted with a lovely Easter and springtime scene. It is really special this year. I cannot wait to present it to her on Monday during the White House Easter egg roll.
Where else can viewers go for more information about this?
They can head on over to incredibleegg.org, get a lot of recipe ideas, and do not forget those Easter eggs that you dye and decorate can be used for egg salad. It's National Egg Salad Week next week, so don't let those Easter eggs go to waste. Use them in egg salad. We've got a lot of recipes at incredibleegg.org.
Excelente. That's I love that. I've also loved devil's eggs, so anytime someone just makes a plate of them, they're all mine. That's what I will do.
I love it.
Emily, thanks for joining me this morning, and happy Easter to you, my friend.
Happy Easter to you, too.
Welcome back to New Mexico Rising. Today we're chatting with Roma Downey, who's one of the producers on the movie On a Wing and a Prayer, and this is a harrowing film where it's nothing but stress from beginning to end. So the person I'm going to have to complain about how stressed I was watching this is right here. Roma, how are you?
Hello. I will take full blame for it. And I'm glad that you loved the movie because it's an exciting, beautiful, true story that will inspire audiences everywhere this weekend when it streams on Amazon Prime over the Easter holiday.
Can you tell me about working on this film and how you were able to kind of produce and pull it together so that you could tell the true stories of some of these people that had to survive or live through telling the tale of this?
Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy story. I mean, if it wasn't a true story, you'd think it was all made up, but it really happened to Doug White and Terry White and their kids. They got on a plane in Fort Myers, Florida. They'd just been to a funeral. And as they were taking off, the pilot, unfortunately, unexpectedly dies of a massive heart attack. And Dennis Quaid, who plays Doug White, finds himself in the cockpit of a plane that he doesn't know how to fly. His wife and family are in the back, and it's just like your worst nightmare unfolding before your eyes.
So how was it working with, did you get to meet some of the people that this story happened to?
Oh, yes, I did, of course. I've now kind of gotten to meet almost all of them, really. Doug White in particular, played by Dennis Quaid in the movie, is an extraordinary character because not only after this happened to them, he decided that he was going to learn how to fly this particular plane. He went on to become a commercial pilot of this particular craft and subsequently did a lot of mission runs into Haiti and places like that. So he sort of put his pain to purpose, which I find so admirable. But these guys, you know, it was a traumatic time. You know, they had to learn to stay calm. You know, I guess panic will kill you quicker than anything. Doug said that if he was going to die, he was going to die trying not to die. And he's told me that a grenade could have gone off next to him and he might not have noticed. He just knew he had to be that focused on what the air traffic control was telling him to do, because there were quite a few things he had to do. And if he got one of them wrong, they would have been a goner. So it's an incredible story, but ultimately it's an inspirational story filled with hope. That's the kind of content as a producer that I'm interested in making. And On a Wing and a Prayer is a story of hope.
Roma Downey, thank you for joining me this morning. And that is On a Wing and a Prayer. It's available on Amazon Prime this weekend, so definitely check it out. Thank you for joining me this morning.
Thank you.
Coming up next, find out how you can put chickens in your backyard, and a little later, the movie director Quentin Dupieux. All right here on New Mexico Rising. Move over, avocado toast. There's a new brunch buzz in town. It's all about those excellent eggs. With prices skyrocketing more than 50% in the past year alone, it is no wonder people are scrambling to take matters in their own hands and become, backyard farmers. But don't worry, we're not here to ruffle any feathers. In fact, we brought in experts to help you get clucking. Joining us today is the wonderful Neely Green, who's the Director of National and Local Marketing at Tractor Supply and a hobby farmer who knows a thing about raising chickens. She even brought along some extra special guests to show us the ropes. Good morning, Neely. Who do you have with you here today?
Thank you for having us. This is Ingrid. She is a week old. She is the newest member of our backyard flock, and so great to have her here today as well.
All right, Neely, just about how much surge in backyard poultry are we really talking about?
Well, at Tractor Supply, we've been seeing this surge building for the past few years. Since 2018, our sales of poultry feed and poultry have more than doubled. Last year, during Chick Days, we sold over 10 million chicks, and this year we anticipate we'll sell even more as people are continuing to join the hobby.
You know, egg prices are one thing, but there's so many more benefits to, chicken farming. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, well, egg prices aside, the benefits of having fresh eggs at home really can't be overstated. These are eggs that came from my backyard, and I can tell you, being able to go out on a chilly Saturday morning and just pick up fresh eggs for breakfast is a wonderful feeling. Also the taste, there's nothing like a farm fresh egg. For children, this is a great way to teach children responsibility and have an activity together as a family. It also gets everyone outside. And then finally, you know, chickens are so unique. There's so many different breeds and colors and temperaments. For a lot of our customers, it's not even about the eggs. It's about the joy of having a flock and then watching it grow.
All right, let's say I'm interested in raising some chickens. What are the basics that I need to kind of get started?
So to get started, you'll need some of the essentials that I have here. First and foremost, you need someplace warm to keep your chicks. I like to use a stock tank like this one that I pick up at Tractor Supply. These are easy to clean and great to reuse later. You'll need a heat source, feed and fresh water, and then in a few weeks you will need a coop. But all of these are things that you can find at any Tractor Supply store, and our team members who are chicken experts themselves will be more than happy to make sure that you have everything you need before you head home.
Okay, we're seeing that backyard poultry has moved from the farm into like suburban and urban areas. Why is that, and how can we make that even possible?
Sure. So there's a real interest in living a more sustainable lifestyle, and really getting closer to the land, knowing where your food comes from. And especially now that so many regulations have lifted in suburban and urban areas, it's an option for people where it wasn't before. The truth is you don't need a farm to have chickens. A small coop with 4 to 6 chickens is perfect for a backyard.
Excellent. Is there anything else that we're missing? Or where can we go for more information on raising some of these chickens?
So tractorsupply.com has a ton of great information, lots of articles about chick care. We also have everything that you would need for your flock at every life stage. You can research different breeds and even purchase chickens online. For me, going to the store was really beneficial, especially as a novice 5 years ago. Our team members, many of them have chickens themselves, and so it was wonderful to be able to go in, ask questions, have conversations with people that have already got experience doing this. Great source of information, and honestly, great for reassurance as a novice.
Well, thank you for joining me this morning. Where can we go again for more information?
Tractorsupply.com.
That was Neely Green, Director of the National and Local Marketing for Tractor Supply. Thank you very much for joining me this morning.
Thank you.
And coming up next, find out how you could get a family 4-pack of passes to the Loma Theater in Socorro to check out a new movie. That'd be super fun. And coming up, you know smoking causes coughing, right? Don't do it. But I have an interview with director Quentin Dupieux, all right here on New Mexico Rising. Hi, welcome back to New Mexico Rising. My name is Dan, and you know, each and every week we travel New Mexico or talk to experts and people from all across the country, the who's who's, to give you something to do right here in New Mexico. And today we are here at the Loma Theater. Yes, in Socorro, New Mexico. I know it's pretty far from Albuquerque, but I'm trying to show some love to some of the smaller cities. And Melissa here, she called me to come out and said, check out my theater.
Yes.
So that's why we're here. We're at the Loma Theater. Can you tell me about this place? This place is awesome. It's really fun. It's cute. And it's family owned and operated. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're in a historic building here on Montanera Street and right next to First State Bank in Socorro. We have 217 seats inside. So if you ever drive by and it looks like we have a little line, don't worry. We're rarely ever sold out. We show first run hits. Once in a while, a few little classics in there, not very often though. And we're open Thursday through Sunday.
So what kind of makes you guys different than some of the other theaters that we've been to, some of the big multiplexes around?
I would say personal service. We will do anything the customer asks us, basically. We're out to make our customer happy, or all of our guests. So we will special order anything a customer asks for, or we'll layer their popcorn without even being asked. And
layer the popcorn. That means some corns, get some butter, some more corn, some more butter, and then that whole, yeah, that's the best way to
yeah, who just wants butter right on top, right? It's got to be throughout.
And then all those dry flakes of corn at the bottom.
That's no good.
So that's how they do it. They do it right here at Loma Theater. So, all right, so if you do want to try that popcorn, want to give out some passes? Want to do like a family 4-pack?
Give out passes.
All
Let's do it.
All right, we're going to give out a family of 4-pack of passes. All you got to do right now is be the first person to write to our email address, newmexicorising@gmail.com, your favorite movie of all time. Yes, your favorite movie. First person that does that, Melissa here will give you and your family, up to 4 people, passes to go to one of the movies here in Socorro. So we want to help the people out in Socorro, all right? So email us. Go to newmexicorising@gmail.com. First family that sends us their favorite movie will get it. And maybe the second family, and I'll probably pay for them myself or whatever. We'll see, all right? So Melissa, thank you for having us out here. This is such a fun little place.
Yeah, thanks for coming out, Daniel.
Where can people go for more information, find out theater times, book you for a private party, extra events, whatever?
Yes, go to our website, lomatheater.com. And you can give us a call at 575-835-8967 for show times. And then also follow us on Facebook, because we always have special promotions and fun things we're doing. So just like us and follow us there, and you'll get all the info for sure.
So do some liking and following on Facebook. Look up Loma Theater Socorro, New Mexico, and just show some love to them at least.
We love to love, and we love to love. So.
Yeah, give them a call, 575-835-8967. That number again is 575-835-8967. Or visit them on their website, lomatheater.com. Melissa, thanks for hanging out with me again.
Thank you so much.
Hey, I'm going to come by and watch this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem movie looks pretty good. I'm kind of excited for that one too. So yeah, I might come down here. Why not?
Cool.
Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, I'm here with Quentin Dupieux, which is an amazing auteur and director. And first question I have for you, Quentin, is do you like my deerskin jacket?
I noticed you. I wasn't sure. Like, is it on purpose or is it like a coincidence? No, it's not.
I'm also from New Mexico, so it could kind of be a coincidence all at the same time. Because hey, this was already in my closet, ready to go. So I'm talking with you, and as a person that is a fan of film, talking about film, and I've made a couple. I think I need to know a little more about film than just having a deerskin jacket, right? To get me started.
Go ahead.
All right. First and foremost, I am a huge fan of all of your work, and I'm going to say all of your work. You are an amazing director. You do some creative pieces. Plus, your music, man. I love it. I've been loving it for a very long time. When I was working at a hip hop and R&B station in town, I used a lot of your beats as my back beats when I was talking on the air. So
Nice.
yes.
Good to know.
I'm a
Cool.
big fan.
That's cool.
All right. So first and foremost, can you tell me about this new movie that you have, Smoking Causes Coughing? Because yeah, that's true, but it seems a little more Power Rangers than that.
What you want me to describe the movie?
Yeah, could you do that for me? Yeah.
I mean, there's an easy way to talk about it, is to basically explain that it's a movie about storytelling.
All right. And I do like how you kind of change the way storytelling is done. Like in Rubber, you had the perspective of a serial killer, but the serial killer is a black rubber tire that's going around and surprisingly doing some brutal, realistic, good, god awful murders in this movie. And from there, you've done other like buddy comedies where they're trying to make money out of exposing a gigantic Doberman-sized fly that they have, training it. Where does this inspiration and fun like come from?
I guess it's the state of the world right now is inspiring, that's for sure. But then to answer, like, I always get this question and everybody's asking, like, where do you find these ideas? Honestly, I don't know. Like, I think I get all this from my subconscious.
How do you manage choosing the ideas and keeping from getting discouraged from just pulling from way out there? Instead of going the way out there, how do you put it into that box and start making the magic that you make?
It's very easy. Basically, I have all these ideas coming, but I never write them down. Like, basically, I keep them in my brain. And so I wait. Basically, I see which one sticks. And for example, the Giant Fly movie is a good example because it's one of the most stupid things I came up with. And I had the idea, like, let's say 4 years before writing it. And it was here. And I was like, no, it's not good enough. It will not stick. It will go away. But then it kept on coming back. Like, I was like, when I was looking for a new movie, I was like, should I write the Giant Fly movie? No, it's too stupid. No, impossible. But after 4 years, I was like, okay, if this stupid idea is still in my brain, like, I haven't actually wrote any lines, like it was just an idea here. But after 4 years, it was still in my brain. I was like, okay, there must be something. I should try and I should give it a chance.
Do you find yourself just like churning on some of these ideas? And if you write it down too soon or tell somebody about it too soon, you've kind of told that story and now it's in the ether and it's not something that you could like cohesively put together.
It's like having a baby, this old thing, like asking someone, are you ready to have a baby? Nobody's ready. You're never ready. You're never ready to shoot a movie. It's impossible.
That's
if you
fair.
think too much about it, it's scary, a lot of responsibility, having a kid or even having a dog or even shooting a movie. If you think too much, you're not ready. Same goes for writing. Like, basically, you're never ready because you have to do it. So you can't be ready because it's not done yet. You're ready when it's done.
So how do you know when you're done and you put a pin in it and ready to start moving on to the next step? Like, let's say for this movie, how long is it between conception to projection for you?
Less than a year. A year.
Okay.
Yes.
You have an envious job. I am absolutely envious and in love of the fact that you get to sit down and do art for a living and share interesting moments of your subconscious with the rest of us. So that is something that I just really, and it fascinates me. I just want to find out like what the process is and where that line is between realizing that you're doing art because it's art and then having art because it's your business and your livelihood. Where's that line? How do you dance across that line without going one too far and on either side?
I basically, I have this guide in my brain that even if I'm not thinking about the audience when I'm writing, I'm not writing for the audience. I'm writing to please myself.
Oh, cool.
The nightmare is you screen a movie that you're the only person, like that nobody can understand. To me, that's the limit of what I'm doing, and I think, I have some limits in my brain because I don't want to live that situation, like showing a movie that nobody will get and being this jerk who actually, does something that nobody likes.
If you could go back to day one on working on Smoking Causes Coughing, what advice would you give yourself? Like whisper in your ear and say, hey, don't forget to don't buy the fish on the third day of taping because everybody gets sick.
Interesting. Let me think for a bit. I'm known for this in the industry. I usually finish earlier when everything goes well, which is,
that's great.
Often the case. I realized recently, like if I have 1 hour of shoots with a crew, a camera, actors with the costumes, and a set, let's create something new and let's try at least to record something, an extra bit of film.
Well, thank you for joining me today, Quentin. It's just an honor to be able to chat with you about all of your work. I'm a huge fan. I also am excited to see what Flat Erica is up to next since he's out of jail now. So we'll see how if he's become a good model citizen. So good thing Flat Eric is out, and we'll see how it goes. Thanks, Quentin.
Thank you.
Hope to talk to you again soon.
Bye.
And I want to thank Quentin Dupieux for being part of the show. I'm a huge fan of all of his works. Honestly, his stuff is so weird and quirky. If you're into those type of movies, definitely check them out, especially this new one, Smoking Causes Coughing, which is available in select theaters nationwide. But you can find it online at wherever you like to get your video on demand movies. So definitely get that one on demand. It's Smoking Causes Coughing. And that is it for the show this week. And it's now time for me to give away a family of 4-pack of passes to ABQ Golf and Games. Yes, that is a limited gameplay for you and your family up to 4 people. All you got to do is send me an email right now to newmexicorising@gmail.com and tell me your favorite Easter candy. What is your favorite Easter candy? What do you like the most? I like those Reese's eggs, or I also just like peanuts. I know those are weird, like foamy candy peanuts. Those are like 2 of my favorite candies. The Reese's eggs, you can't beat those. But that's my favorite. What are your favorites? First person to send me your favorite Easter candy to newmexicorising@gmail.com. I will send you a family 4-pack of passes so you could go hang out at ABQ Golf and Games and have some unlimited gameplay, which is super fun. And that is it for the show. Thank you for watching New Mexico Rising. We are that show that brings you fun and interesting things right here in New Mexico for you to do and your family to do. And I hang out with celebrities sometimes, and that's all part of the show. Until next week, we are New Mexico Rising. Thanks for being part of the show and hanging out with me. We love you.